in the meantime.
Sure. Cool. All right. Okay. No, that's not it. Okay. What is it? Oh, I see. Okay, good. All right. Okay, cool. Can you see my screen?
Yes, of course.
Hello?
Good morning. Hello, hello, good morning.
No, I mean, so
How are you?
you can only see my only a little bit of square, right?
Okay.
What can you what do you see in the screen?
I sheet with colors. For example, the first one says,
Let me see. Let me see. It's supposed to. Okay, now can you see it, right? Excellent. Perfect. All righty. Okay, so Gabby, Laura, Karen, bye everybody. So I'm sorry I was a little bit late. I was finishing my huevito. And I am in a new computer. Well, it's not a new computer, but it's the family's computer. It's a Mac. So I'm still learning how to use it. So anyways, but you can see my screen, right? You can see what it says, language of position?
Yes.
Perfect, all right. So today is going to be about the different types of intelligences in a person and how can we apply them in the classroom. And this is very important because all of us are different, okay? And according to the traditionalist way of teaching, the teacher was the only one who set the type of learning of the type of teaching. Ya sabes, el típico, ¿por qué maestro? Porque así es o porque soy el maestro. O maestro, ¿puedo hacer otras cosas? No, porque así está, no me gusta. But the new tendency is different. The new tendency dictates that you as a teacher, you need to know your students and you need to know how they learn. Yes. I give an example. For example, who likes English? Or remember back in the days when you were a student, who liked English? Nobody? Oh my Lord in heaven, what are you doing here then? Okay, thank you, Karen. See? Okay, who liked mathematics? Nobody? Who liked physics? Oh, you're a nerd. Oh my God, Karen, you liked everything. So, but that was because a child or because you were more intelligent than others, or others were more intelligent than you? No, it's just different. Okay, so today is about that. How can we identify their type of intelligences? And it's based on the theory of multiple intelligences in a person. To start, let's do an exercise, okay? Let me okay. I'm gonna here está. Exercises, yes. Let me open the file and then I'll share it with you. You have it in the WhatsApp, eh? So we're going to start doing an exercise on our own, on our to identify our own type of intelligence. Okay, it's downloading. Good. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, there we go. Can you see my screen? Yes, ¿verdad? And who is, well, anyways. All right, so this is it. Multiple intelligences exercise. So you have this file in the WhatsApp if it's easier for you. And it has like 40 different questions. It's 2 pages. And you're going to write T if it's true, F if it's false, or en blank if it's 50-50. Let's do together number 1, okay? And mark in your notebook, so at the end we can identify your type of intelligence. For example, number 1, I'd rather draw a map than give someone verbal directions. And personally, Gerson is a F because I hate drawing. Okay, that's me. So you write T if it's true, F if it's false, or blank if it's sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this in the screen, but you also have it in the WhatsApp in the exercise file, okay? So you can either open it in the WhatsApp or look at it on the screen. And let's do this, and we have 10 minutes to do it, all right? Let me make it like this. When you finish number 13, you tell me, Gerson, move it, then I move it, okay? So, Elizabeth, you're here now. Is Elizabeth? No.
What?
No, hold on. So we have Azucena, yes. Elizabeth, you're here. ¿Sí, verdad?
Yes.
Yes, I can hardly listen to you. Can you speak up again?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. Thank you. Gabby, yes, so here, of course. Isaac, if you can have your camera on, if it's possible. Now I understand. Welcome to the class.
Thanks.
And Katia, well, she's sick. She had the vaccine today, so she's like toda ponchada. I understand. Then Laura, hi Laura. Cindy, she's working. Karen, as always. Thank you, Isaac. And I believe it's Brenda in Motose. So welcome to the class too. All right, very good.
Yes.
Thank you, Brenda. All righty. So cool. Karen, always very in excellency. Se me hace que no ponías tu cámara porque no te peinabas, de ahí te daba pena. You are too perfectionist.
It's because sometimes the internet is very bad, and when it gets unstable, I just have to turn off the camera because I cannot hear you. I hear you like broken. So right now I have good internet. That's why I open it.
All I heard is excuses. Nah, that's just not it. Yes, I understand. That's pretty cool. Azucena, lamento decirte que ya me acabé todo el producto. O sea, gracias porque subí 3 kilos. Gracias.
Well,
Tienes Azucena sells nueces en cereales and things like that. They're really highly recommendable. So my wife and I, we watch Netflix at night. ¿Sí? Bueno, I watch History Channel. Soy más nerd yo, pero mi esposa, no, Netflix. Okay, Netflix. So I'm watching now Blind Point. Very nice. Yes, those. O sea, lo que fue las nueces de India y la nuez normal, como M&M's, nos las comíamos en la noche. Oh, yes.
those are nuez con chocolate.
Yes, those are the best.
Those are dangerous because you cannot count how
I
many
only
you
have,
have it in. Oh my
I
God.
only have this much of arándano, that's it. y lo estamos cuidando como oro, así de uno por uno nada más. Sheesh.
I'm so happy. You can order now.
I know. I'm actually planning on it. I'll send you a WhatsApp later on, right?
Yay.
Gerson, can you move a little bit the English?
Scroll.
Yes, I'm done until the pages. Yes, sorry. I have to speak properly. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. No worries.
Gentle.
No worries. You have the most blanco teacher ever. So I always do Spanglish. So no worries. Mira, Azucena, a Lady también le gustan, mira, está aquí. Pero no te voy a dar, lo siento.
My dog, one of my dogs' name is Pandy. So when we are packing the products,
Yes.
she's right there, sitting down, like waiting for something to go to the floor. Her favorite ones are pasas con chocolate and pistaches. Believe it or not, she loves them.
Pistaches. Just be careful with the pasitas and the chocolate because it's toxic for dogs.
I know when there's some leftovers, like we don't see them on the floor, then she appears chewing them like, what are you doing? Something like that.
Yeah, because the two ingredients are toxic, eh? O sea, las pasitas son uvas. Las uvas son highly toxic for dogs. And I told you because my mamba, que está aquí, mira. Ella es la gorda de mis bebés, es la consentida.
She's super black.
Oh yeah, she's
Like we can barely see her eyes.
Oh,
she's a pup. Anyways, when she was little, she loved grapes. So we used to buy and one for me, one for her, one for me, and then, but then I had to take it to the vet, and one time she almost died.
No
And,
way.
she has to be like 3 days in the hospital. So I learned it in the hard way.
Okay.
Just
I will take that advice.
Could
Yes.
you scroll up the screen just a little bit, please?
Of course.
Scroll up.
Like that?
Scroll up.
Oh, up. Yes. I feel like quinceañera contestando el cuestionario de Cosmopolitan, una cosa de esas.
Gerson, are we doing just the first exercise?
Sí, pero son 30 preguntas, son 2 pages.
Okay, I will be quiet.
I know, I shut up too. I see Laura's face like, shut the mother teacher.
I rather feel like answering the, how do you use to coach chismógrafo?
Oh yeah, yes, of course.
I'm totally ignoring everyone, to be honest with you.
that was even better. Shut up, no shut up, I don't really care.
I'm so concentrated on what I'm trying to do. All right, I'm gonna go back. Bye.
I don't believe you, Laura. I think that you may have learned some of them true, or many of them true.
I don't understand you, Karen.
I said that I think Laura has many of them true.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't believe her. She must have many of them true.
I really don't know. I'm super like, I'm actually thinking if there should be like another type of intelligence that maybe is not even in this list, because I'm probably going to be that one. It's weird. I'm weird.
Sometimes, for example, there's a question about building things and sculpting, and I was thinking I would like to try, but I never have time. So some of these things maybe you have never tried them, but maybe you would like to.
It's funny when we say we don't have time.
Sometimes we don't have time to try.
It's funny when we say we don't have time because
to try.
What is even time? I mean, does
Will
not
you
even
scroll down now?
Where up to where Isaac? Over there?
Stories.
A little more.
Oh, I'll go all the way down. Yeah, that's the end of the exercise. In the meantime, let me check my classes.
Right.
Harrison, I don't completely understand number 18. It's like,
18, it's I'm good at
it
finding
says
the fine
that
points on words meaning. Okay, that's
the fine,
fine points. Yeah, it would be the equivalent in Spanish to say leo entre líneas.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
no actual
okay.
translation in the there's no literal translation. It would be similar to say in Spanish that you read between lines.
Find the fine points of 4 minutes. Okay, but it's good to know because I never had faced this expression before, so I was not understanding. I couldn't get the point, even if ahora sí que ni siquiera ya no entre líneas, sino en la pura línea base. I'm
Right.
done. I was just wondering about that.
No
I'm
worries.
going to write it down. Oh, I just don't learn it, so I'm going to learn that expression.
When you finish, let me know so we can do the counting and see what kind of intelligence you have.
So we're doing the counting with you? I
I'm
thought I
done.
was going to do the counting.
Oh, okay, no. Go for it.
I mean, kind of. I mean, I'm just waiting for the very last
Part.
but I haven't did the counting on any of them, actually. I just went and I did most of it. But then when it says the language acquisition exercise number 3, I don't get that.
No,
Choose the right activity.
no. Here. Only this part. Multiple intelligence scoring sheet. When you finish, you can do this. It says, please check a mark by each item you mark as true. Are your totals. A total of 4 in any of the categories A through 3 indicates strong ability. In categories F and G, a score of 1 or more means you have abilities as well. So, and there's the numbers, 7, 8, 14, 18, 25, 4, 5, so.
All right.
So we're page. Check a mark by each.
Right. Let me.
Okay, 7. Okay, let me see if I got it because I have read it again.
Sure.
In the number 7, question number 7, if I said true, I have 1 point, for example. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you. Mhm.
Profe, ¿me puedes regresar a la lámina? Una antes, porfa.
Now try in English, Brenda. You need to practice your English.
Okay.
Teacher Harris,
Yes.
is to finish my test,
You finished?
and we are going to add only the true request at the
Yes.
end.
Yes. At the end is only the if you have, for example, on number 7, you have T as true, you put 1 point. If you don't have a T, it's in blank.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. So we finished, right?
Yes, I finished.
Cool. All righty. So let's see. Okay. Gabby, how many points in linguistic?
We have 4 points.
4 points. Okay. So you're very chismosa. That's okay. That means that you're very talkative and you're keen to learn English or languages. What about logical, mathematical?
4 points.
Ah, híjole, choros.
Excuse me. I am very military.
Híjole. Okay. Well, it means that okay. The theory says the theory says that you might have 1 or 2 predominant skill or intelligence, and you might have a third that you have developed because of your work, because of society, because of families, blah, 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 okay? So normally, Gabby, linguistic and mathematical don't go together. But maybe you developed that because of your job. Maybe, for example, if your job is sales, for example, you need to count numbers, you need to categorize, so you develop that skill, no?
Right.
Again. What about musical, Gabby? What about
2
musical?
points
Yeah, so
only.
you don't like singing. Okay, good. And what about the spatial?
3 points.
Yeah, híjole, choros. Okay, what about kinesthetic?
3 points.
What about intrapersonal?
2 points.
Okay, so you like to be alone.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Okay, what about Sorry?
I like too much to be alone.
To be alone, así de no me molestes. Mi espacio personal. De la línea para allá. Okay, interpersonal.
3 points.
Okay, so mathematical and interpersonal you develop because intrapersonal is your nature, but interpersonal you develop, and this is common between, for example, we are Jehovah's Witnesses. We need to develop the interpersonal skill because we need to talk to people. But a normal person per se, they don't. They either are too shy or too friendly. Okay, so but you're fine. You're humble and you're almost a genius. Okay, what about Senna?
Me. Wait, I have it over here. Oh, I don't know why it's surprising that linguistic has all of them marked.
Yeah. So you're very chismosa. That's okay.
I'm super chatty.
Yes.
Sorry for that. Okay, logical 3 points because I sell things.
And it's still
Musical 2 because
but watch what Susana said. She said it's 3 because I need to do numbers, but it still is not predominant. So my question is here, Susana, do you like math?
No.
Okay, so see, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. Okay, musical, I have 2 because I like to sing when I take a shower.
And that's about it.
Spatial, I have 3. Bodily, kinesthetic, 1. Intrapersonal, 1. An interpersonal 3. I don't know what interpersonal means. Like,
It means that you like to be around people.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
chatty
normally, exactly. Normally, linguistic goes with interpersonal because you like to talk. But kinesthetic, it makes sense. Check it out. Kinesthetic is when you don't like to be touched. So that means that intrapersonal, it makes sense because you don't like, I mean, you like to be around people talking, but not touching.
Absolutely. Yeah, I you know, agatophobia.
Yes.
Agatophobia. I don't know how to say that in English, but agatophobia is when you are.
Agatophobia. It's the same.
When you freak out when you're like around of or surrounded by lots of people. So for me, going to a stadium, it's crazy. I could jump like from a very high place and kill myself. It's really hard thing.
Oh my gosh.
I will never invite you to a concert. Sorry.
No, I'm talking about concerts and massive events. For me, online events are the best. Like, really, for me, going on the subway, like somewhere, if it's crowded, I get really crazy.
Exactly. You like to talk, but not to be touched. Makes sense, right? Okay, now, Laura.
Yes. I'm weird. I don't know what I got. It's
oh my Lord, everybody's weird. Let me tell you, the weirdness means geniusness. It is true. And I'll explain that in a moment. Okay, Laura.
I don't think so. I only got 2 points on linguistics.
Okay, see, it doesn't really necessarily means that you don't like languages. It only means that you don't like to talk. Obviously, it goes hand by hand with being a teacher because teacher, talks.
Yeah.
But it only means that you're not chismosa, that you don't like to talk if it's not absolutely necessary.
True. All right. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I mean it's
true.
It's not run. Okay, parentheses, for everybody. This is not right or wrong. This is just you.
Yeah, totally agree. Yep. On mathematical logics, I just got 1 point.
You don't like math.
Number 1, mathematical. I mean, maybe I may not like math. I may not like much math, but it is one of my goals. I mean, it's incredible. Mathematics is just incredible. I just admire it from far, from all the way over here, and math is just all the way over there. And I see how beautiful it is.
Yes, it's like me with little babies, no? They're very beautiful, but far away. Okay, continue.
On musical, I have 2 points.
Okay, so you don't like singing.
I mean, half and half, I would say.
Okay, let me paraphrase it. You don't like singing in public.
All right. True. It's true. And the spatial, I got 3 points. That's funny.
I understand you work in an airport, right? Airport.
I mean, I was working.
You were working, okay. And I don't know your profile, or I don't know what you do, what you did over there, but normally the airport it has a lot of processes, and those processes are based on spaces. Correct? So if it's a large space, you have certain rules. If you have a small space, you have certain rules, blah, blah, blah. So you have to develop your spatial skills, because in your mind, you needed to picture the room so you would know what process is to be fulfilled.
I was a supervisor though, so yeah, totally.
Okay, so you see, I'm also I just need my crystal ball.
Yes. Okay. On body kinetics, I have 1 point.
So
I
you
don't
don't
know
like
why.
to be touched.
I do like to be touched. I mean, I do like to be hugged, and yeah.
Okay,
It's funny.
it goes both ways, eh? Do you like to touch?
Well, okay.
You see, because maybe you tolerate hugs, you tolerate holding hands, but do you take the initiative and say, ay, manita, qué bonita estás, y le agarras el brazo?
Nope.
Ay, mira qué bebé tan bonito, y en los cachetitos, ay, como me cae gordo a mí eso, los cachetitos.
No, not that much.
See, that's the thing. Okay, what about intrapersonal, sorry.
Intrapersonal is 2 points.
Okay, you like to be alone.
Yeah.
You like me time. Like
Yes.
reading a book or I don't know, watch a series or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, meditation is you have to do it alone.
Meditation, yes, that's intrapersonal. Very good. What about interpersonal?
2 points too.
All right, so it's not really that your strongest point, but because you were a supervisor, you had to deal with people. All right,
Yes.
okay. What about you, Isaac?
In linguistic, I have 3 points.
All right, so you're very chismoso. Go ahead, move on.
And what?
Mathematical.
Mathematical. I have 4 points.
Oh my Lord in heaven, you're going to be an engineer or something. You like mathematics, physics, and all.
Yes, yes.
All right, okay. You know, I'm sorry for you, but that's okay. No, just kidding.
In music, I have 4. In musical, I have 4 points too.
You play an instrument.
No, that is the only one thing that I can do.
Okay, but you sing?
Yes, I sing.
Very nice, all right.
And spatial, I don't know how can I say that? Well, 1 point.
All right, so for example, Isaac, you know the Rubik cubic? It's como
Yes.
See, you liked it? Oh yeah, okay. So you're very logical.
Yeah.
When you are playing it, do you have it in your mind? Were you picture in your mind?
Yes.
Okay, so you're genius. Very good. Continue.
And kinesthetic, I have 1 point too.
Okay, so you don't like to be touched or touching.
No,
Okay.
I like. Interpersonal, 0.
Okay. Oh wow, that's interesting. What about interpersonal?
Interpersonal, 2.
Okay, so you like to be with people.
Yes.
You like, going to parties and gatherings and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. What about Karen?
Oh my God. Well, I am very chatty. Linguistic, 4.
Oh my, you're very chismosa. Okay, continue.
Mathematics, well, you say that when we were not sure, when it says when it's blank is 50,
Yes.
so I got 3.5. 3.5 in math, and musical, 5.
You like singing?
And spatial, yeah, a lot. Sing, dance, everything with music. Drive
Okay.
with music, get the shower with music. Special 2.5. So,
Not your strongest point, okay.
Kinesthetic 3.5.
Okay, so you like
interpersonal.
Go ahead.
Yes, I like what?
You in kinesthetic, you like
Oh yes, I like to be hugged.
Yes, okay.
And hug my friends. But I was thinking that I don't like to be like to touch just in any way. I just like to hug my friends and hug my family, but just hugs.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different story. It would be very weird that you were hugging people on the street, right? So, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah. But for example, when we are talking with friends and so it's like
you frozen.
Okay, not like
You sound like a robot.
Yes, I really like people be playing with you. But but hugs, I like hugs. So that I think that's why kinesthetic is 3.5.
Okay, so bottom line, you like hugs, okay?
Interpersonal 1 and interpersonal 2.
Yeah, you like around people. That's pretty cool. All right. Liz.
Yes.
Liz? Elizabeth?
Oh, that's me?
Yes, please.
Okay. In linguistic, I have 4 points.
Oh my Lord, you already talked to Chismosa. Okay.
In logical, mathematical, I have 1 point.
You hate mathematics.
Yes, I hate them. And I'm not so well doing mathematics.
Well, no, a parenthesis. Look what Elizabeth just said. I'm not good at mathematics. Don't ever say that. That is a very bad way to say. You're not good or bad or something. You just don't like it.
Yeah, but when I try to resolve a problem, mathematical problem, I'm very slow.
Because you
For
don't
that
like
reason,
it.
I think that I'm not so good.
No. Let me explain this, okay? You really, for example, me, I hate mathematics. I mean, really. But it's because I get desperate. It's like, for example, Isaac, show me your cubic, your Rubik. So he likes it. When I had one, my father gave one to me. You know what I did after 5 minutes? I took a hammer. And let's just say that it was gone. So my point being is, don't undermine yourself. It's not because you're not good at it. It's just don't like it. You're not interested. Your mind is not interested, and therefore you quit.
Because we don't know it.
For that reason, I think that is very difficult because I don't like it.
Exactly. Let me put it this way. What if your life depends on you solving a mathematical problem? Would you solve it? Would you die because of not solving it?
No.
No, you will solve it because you're interested. Like, oh my God, I hate it. No lo entiendo. No sé qué hacer aquí. But at the end of the day, you will do it. I give you an example. Many of the English teachers, I don't want to say in this group, let's just talk generally. many of the English teachers are English teachers because of, you know, because of circumstances and not because they like it. Okay? Many of the English teachers are like, pues es que hablo inglés, no encuentro trabajo, pues vete a dar clases. And they had to develop and they have to become good at it.
The funny thing about it is that once you start getting to know it, and if you have an open mind, and once you start getting into that world, because it is a new world completely, and then you finally start making sense of those things, then you started to like it. And we don't know if we like it or not until we try it. I mean, I was about to.
Exactly. That was you. And just complementing my comment, Elizabeth. In the classroom, you will have a classmate or a student that is really good at English, right? But it sucks at mathematics. Vice versa, very good at mathematics and sucks in English. That means that one person is more intelligent than the other? No, just don't like it.
Okay. So that is, Gerson, that is why there are lots of engineers who don't speak English.
Exactly, because
they are really good at math, but they
suck
are
at English. They don't
not
like it. It's that type of intelligence. That's why, fíjense, en los países primermundistas, y lo digo con todo dolor en mi corazón because we live in a third world country, and the first first class countries, en prepa, o sea, sería como que el junior, no, el high school, en el último, en el senior high school, les dan algo similar que tenemos aquí, pero no le prestan atención, como que es how do you call it? I forgot the name. But anyways, es una materia de 5 meses para que tú veas cuál es tu inteligencia y sepas qué carrera tomar.
Es orientación vocacional, ¿no?
Sí.
Esa es en la prepa, ¿no? I'm sorry, that's in high school.
That's what I'm saying. High school. Pero, digo, aquí en México nadie lo pela, pues aquí básicamente es por oportunidades y por, you know, bla, bla, bla. Pero en the first world countries, they do. And it's almost mandatory, así de, oye, tú eres ingeniero, tú vas para ingeniero, ¿no? ¿Por qué vas a entrar a leyes? They even question you, right? Anyways, but it has to do with that. ¿Quién me falta? No, continue, Elizabeth.
Okay, in musical, I have 5 points.
5 points?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, you like singing.
I like to sing, but I'm not very well. It's what you are explaining. I used to play the keyboard, but I sold it. Yeah.
Okay, what about special?
Special, 1 point.
Okay. Kinesthetic?
1, 2, 3, 4.
So you're very empalagosa.
Yeah, with people who I love, yeah. Or for example, when I see a dog or a baby, I just want to touch it.
Right, that's good. What about intrapersonal?
Interpersonal, 2 points.
Okay, you like to be alone.
Yeah.
Okay, interpersonal?
3 points.
So you develop your skill of talking to people, or you know, be around with people. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to because of your occupations. Cool. What about you, Brenda? Oh, she's Brenda. Sí.
Okay.
What about linguistic? How many points?
In linguistic, I have 5 points.
Oh my Lord, you're very chismosa. That's okay. What about mathematical?
In mathematics, I have 5 points.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you develop. You develop counting numbers. What about musical?
6 points.
Okay, so you play an instrument?
No,
But you like singing?
only sing in the back.
Okay.
in different place.
Okay, okay. What about a special?
I don't have the special.
Okay.
Everything.
What about kinesthetic?
¿En espacial?
No. And kinesthetic. Letter E.
I have 10 points.
So do you like to be hug, or you like to hug, to touch people, the people that you love? What about intrapersonal?
9 points.
Okay. What about interpersonal?
7 points.
Okay, so you like being around people. You like to go to parties, for example. You like to go to concerts?
Algunas veces.
Sometimes. Okay, cool. All right. Save this because we are going to use it. We are going to use it in the class because now that we have, listen to me, now that we have identified our weaknesses and our strong points, then we can adapt our classes to our type of intelligence. Because it's 50-50. Part of 50% of, and this matter, it has to do with your students' intelligences, and 50% has to do with yours. Because otherwise you're going to hate your class. Okay, so keep this in mind. Let's go back to the presentation. Wait a minute. Here. Yes. Hello, Kendra.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kendra. Okay, so, wait. Yes. So, language study, can you read this, Karen?
Yes, I just, okay. What is the language study?
Yes.
Language study refers to any stage in a lesson where students and teachers focus on a specific feature of the language and its construction in order to understand it better.
Very good. So, what are the goals of the language study? Can you read the first point, Susana?
Sure. Goals of language study. The immediate goal of language study is to increase knowledge of the language system so that students improve productive and receptive skills in the long term.
That is your goal. That you are going to increase the knowledge of your students. Okay. Number 2 point, Elizabeth.
Teachers should foster training of autonomous learners. The second?
Yes.
Students should not only study language in the classroom under the direction of the teacher, but should also research on their own.
Very good. This is your second goal also. you're going to foster, in other words, you're going to motivate your students to be autonomous. In what way autonomous, according to this, Laura? What is an autonomous learner?
Someone that also motivates themselves to find information other ways, not only for what I can teach them, but also for what they could learn, right?
Exactly. Those students have saying Google en their cell phones. Ah, mira, ¿qué significa esto? Google it. Ah, mira, ¿quién es el villano de Google it? That is an autonomous learner. So for you, as an English teacher, you will motivate your students to know new vocabulary or so forth on their own. Very good. So in the multiple intelligences theory, we have here Howard Gardner's. If you can have this book downloaded. Ya les debo un libro, ¿verdad? El de gramática, se los envío. Ya lo encontré. I'm going to send it two of them. This one and about Howard Gardner's. It's a very long book, but it's a very, very interesting book. And we're going to base that on our class today. According to Gardner, there were seven type of intelligences, and then one was added, and we're going to discuss that in a moment, okay? This is the summary of the 8 intelligences, all right? We have verbal, linguistic, and we have 4 columns. It's strengths, preferences, and learns best through, and the needs. See, everybody can see my screen? Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about verbal or linguistic. What are the strengths? Can you read it? Kendra, you're here?
Yes. Reading, memorizing dates, thinking in words, telling stories.
Very good. That's a student that is a linguistic. Now, if you were a linguistic, maybe you can identify yourself with this. They like writing. This is different than reading. Writing, ¿no? Ay, voy a escribir querido diario, ¿no? Ya sabes. Memorizing dates or thinking in words, whatever. What are the preferences, Susana?
Yes. Preferences: write, read, tell stories, talk, and talk. Memorize, work at solving puzzles.
Very good. You're telling stories or another chismosa, right? And this student will learn best through, Isaac. Your audio, Isaac.
I'm sorry. Hearing and seeing words, speaking, reading, reading, discussing, and debating.
Very good. I'm going to be helping you in pronunciation. It's writing and debating. Okay, very good. So this student will speak, obviously, and he would like to discuss, to debate. Y es clásico, ¿no? Así el típico de, no, es que así no es cierto. Déjame te explico. He's a linguistic. Así no era. Mira, acuérdate, that's a linguistic. He likes to talk, to debate, to refute whatever opinion he is not, or maybe complimenting. Have you heard or have you seen a person that has an opinion to everything? That's me, by the way. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Because we're linguistic. We want to cooperate. Even though they hate us. Nos dicen sábelo todos, pero no importa.
We want to make the world a better place.
Yes, aunque nos odien, no importa. Okay. What are the needs? Yes, ¿quién está aquí? Elizabeth.
Books, tapes, paper, diaries, writing tools, dialogue, and discussion, debated, stories, etc.
Very good. If you have a student that is very linguistic, he is going to be your spokesman. Okay, ¿quién quiere pasar al frente? Bueno, en este caso en Zoom. Who wants to do the presentation? ¿Qué pasa? Me, teacher, me. Pick me. Yo, miss. Acá. And that's because he needs that to learn. Okay? What about mathematical? Let's see the contrast. Susana, strengths. Your audio, Susana.
Sorry. Strengths in mathematical: math, logic, problem solving, reasoning, and patterns.
That is a person that does that. It's my respects. I hate it, but I don't know why. So it's a logical problem solving. Ya sabes, si Juanito Pérez entró a una tienda, llevaba 10 manzanas, bla, 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 bla. Personally, Gerson, cuando estaba en la escuela, empezaba a leer y ya, así ya empezaba así como que, Juanito Pérez, como niño autista, ¿no? La tienda, 10 manzanas, mi Nintendo, ya me quiero ir, por favor. But people like that, you know? Preferences, Gaby.
Thanks, teacher. Questions, work with numbers, experiment, solve problems.
These guys always question why. That's why, let me tell you this for your experience as English teachers. That's why it's very difficult to teach engineers. Very difficult. Así cuando me decían, I worked for Tec de Monterrey a couple of years and nos enviaban a empresas. I hated it. I hated it because escribía, exercises. ¿Por qué? Just don't ask, do it. No, pero ¿por qué? ¿Cuál es la fórmula? See, Isaac is laughing because he's like that. And ¿cuál es la estructura? Dude, shut up, just do it. But that's because engineers or, mathematical people are like that, okay? Learns best through, Karen. Karen?
Sorry, learns best through working with relationships and patterns, classifying, categorizing, working with the abstract.
Very good. They love categorizing. Have you noticed or you remember back in the school, ya sabes, el típico niña who has the pink, the pens or the colors by colors, and then by shapes, y luego los cuadernos by sizes.
Oh my God, look at Karen's face.
I know, she's like that. She loves that because she's very mathematical, right, Karen?
But it's funny because I'm not that mathematical. I was like you when with Juanito and the apples. I was like, oh my god. But I don't know why. It's strange. It's very weird, Herson, because I love maths, but I'm not good at. I love it, but I have to study a lot and a lot to have a good grade.
I have a theory.
I love it. I really love it.
I have a theory, Karen. And I'm sorry to tell you this because I know you for some time and you work for me. I have a theory. You're very, bueno, esta no es una teoría, es una realidad. You're very perfectionist. Mal plan. You're really, really perfectionist. And you are full of patterns. You understand that, patterns? Los patrones. O sea, así tipo, ya me imagino a Karen en su vida, ¿no? Su agenda, 8 de la mañana, hacer huevos. 8:15, lavar traste. 8:25, bañarse.
Yeah.
8:30, ¿sí o no?
Almost, yes.
Okay, so that means...
I don't try it, but I haven't.
You have your GPS para tu vida, así de 5 p.m., ver la serie. 5:35, tomar café. That's okay. That's you. So when you, and back in the school, when you read a problem, your mind, because it's very perfectionist, needed to know every word and every meaning of the program. Yes or no?
I live with someone like that. It's funny.
It's funny? Funny in what way?
It's funny how they categorize everything. Like they put it by colors. My husband is just like by colors, by pattern. Like if it is a polo shirt, and then if it is just a regular shirts, and then if it is sweaters, and then if it is coats, if it is like everything by like it categorized everything, and I'm like, oh, here, there. It's just
you see you should see our bedroom. My wife is totally mathematical. She's an architect, and we have the bureaus. Her bureau es así, todo bonito, estructurado, por colores, por sizes. Mine, well, no. Mine is a little bit different, okay? Okay, now, learns best through. Gaby.
Thanks, teacher. Things to think about and explore is science.
No, one before, Gaby. Working with relationships. No, excuse me. My bad. We read that. You were right. Continue. Me callo.
Okay. Things to think about and explore science, materials, manipulate, trips to the planetarium and science museums, etc.
Very good. Very good. What about visual, spatial, strengths, Elizabeth?
Maps, reading charts, drawing, mazes, puzzles, imagine things, and visualization.
Very good. These guys love mazes. You understand mazes? I hate it. I was like, oh my God. ¿Se acuerdan de la película Maze Runner? I took my little kid to watch it on the movie theater. Yo salí estresado. O sea, salí de malas, salí de Okay, what about preferences, Isaac?
The last one?
Yeah, preferences.
Move around, touch, and talk body language.
Oh, but we're in spatial. We're in visual.
What? Okay. Draw, build, design, I think. Create, daydream, look at picture.
These guys love daydreaming. And you can listen to them. Cuando tenga mi casa, va a tener un cuarto de 3x3, va a tener un cuarto de 5x4 y una chimenea de tantos por tanto. Y tú así de, And they are pictionary in their minds. They have the whole thing in their mind. Normally, these guys work for NASA or something like that, no? They're really creative. You know, architects, plastic artists, painters, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So learns best through, Azucena.
Working with pictures and colors, visualizing using the mind's eye, drawing.
Good. Laura, needs.
Legos, videos, movies, movie slides, arts, imagination games, mazes, puzzles, illustrated books, trips to art museums, etc.
Very good. What about bodily or kinesthetic? Isaac, strengths.
Athletics, dancing, crafts, using tools, acting.
Very good. These guys are really, they like to move around. You can tell your classmates, I don't know if you're here, but they have a pen y están así como moviéndola. They're reading and they're moving the pen. Or the girls have the, you know, the leg crossed. Yeah, they're doing an exercise in the classroom and they're moving their feet or their legs. Have you seen those? You know, it is annoying. Like my mother used to tell me, bueno, ¿qué tienes gusanos en el, okay? You know, and but that's the way they learn. That's the way they concentrate. Funny to say, but it's like, you know, quédate quieto. But that's the way they learn. All right, so they look to, you know, they love moving around. Preferences, Kendra.
Move around, touch and talk, body language.
Very good. They love gesturing, you know. They love moving around and stuff like that. They learns best through Azucena.
Yes. Touching, moving, knowledge through bodily sensations, processing.
Yeah, that sounds weird, but yes, it's true. They learn by touching. Or at least they pay more attention if they are touching something.
I have a question.
Yes, Laura. You cannot touch me, I'm sorry. But yes.
I'm Azu. Azucena.
Azucena, sorry, Azucena.
I knew, or I know that kinesthetic is when they, well, when you are in a class, when you build something, is it related to mathematical and logical intelligence? Like, because it says, I'm a little bit confused. Okay. Needs in visual says Legos, but kinesthetic, I know that is when they build, when they construct something like with clay or.
Yes, yes and no. Let me explain. Visual, when they do Legos or when they do a scale craft, is because they first picture in their mind. That's the difference. Okay, so when a student is visual and spatial, you give them a box full of Legos, and before they even took them out of the box, they have picture already what they're going to build. They have their own, you know, corners and designs, and then they start building it. Kinesthetic, no. Kinesthetic, they only want to pay, or they are doing their despapallito and they're running around. Okay, guys, here the Legos. Boom, they got the Legos. Y en la marcha, pues hay lo que salga. See the difference?
Yeah. So we're seeing their strengths, preferences, learn how they can learn, and needs. But as you said right now, this is like they make a mess. So all of them must have like a not good thing, like something they don't tolerate.
I'm not following your comment. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, something like, let me think a little bit. Like if you have a kinesthetic student,
yes,
they like working with clay, yes?
Yes.
Okay, But if you are not working with clay in that class, what should you do? Because I know we have differentiated instructions.
Yes,
but
yes,
if you are not in a class with different, or in an institution with differentiated instructions, what should we do? That is that is the question.
Okay, that's a very valid question. And you probably asking to the wrong guy, because I like to break rules. So what I do, me, Gerson, in my class, in my class, I have, no sé cómo llaman, pelotas antiestrés. You know those? So when we are working with the notebook, the workbook, or whatever, I notice the ones that are very kinesthetic, and I give, okay, touch this. Agárrala, apriétala. ¿Para qué, maestro? Tú agárrala, hombre, apriétala. Problem solved. That kid will pay attention, will do the exercise, and just because he is touching something.
Okay, I get it. So it is not that the whole activity has to be.
No. I'm sorry. Maybe that's a misconfusion. No, this is how they learn, and or how they pay attention. See what I mean? So, like example with the pen. Ya sabe, la típica niña que está moviéndolo, no está moviéndola. Está haciendo una lectura y está moviéndola. Does the pen have to do something with the lecture, with the reading? No. She only needs it for paying attention. And my point being is that if you tell her off, así de, Juanita, deja esa bendita pluma, what is happening to your class? What is happening to her? What do you think is going to happen, Susana?
Well, you're scolding her, and she's gonna be like not motivated, and she hates your class, and she hates English. And
let me exactly. Let me tell you this. Will she pay attention?
Not anymore.
And she's going to bring it to Spanish, and she's going to make a mess, and blah, blah, blah. So my point being in these classes, identify the way they learn or the way they pay attention. Okay,
thank you.
No problem. So we're in needs for kinesthetic, Kendra.
Yes. Role play, drama, things to boot, movement, sports and physical games, tactile experiences, hands-on learning, etc.
Very good. They're very dramatic. Really, for real. All right. Hey, no. Musical. Elizabeth, Strange.
Picking up sounds, remembering melodies, rhythms, singing.
Very good. They're always singing. Or very, it's very annoying, eh? Pero they're doing a reading y tienen que estar escuchando su reading. You can't even understand, pero they're like mumbling. It looks like they're praying, you know. But they need that to pay attention. I'm musical in the sense that, for example, who likes camping? No, I hate it. ¿Y saben por qué? Because it's too quiet. When it's too quiet, I get nervous. I sleep with music or TV. I need to listen into something. My wife hates it. No importa, no puedo dormir. If it's too quiet, I get nervous. Same in students. I tell you this experience before, I don't know. I was teaching in a prepa in a very, you know, how can I call it? Very expensive school. So anyways, my first day of class, I arrived to the teacher's room, okay? Y entonces ya sabes, todos los demás teachers, todos morbosos, ¿no? Ay, te tocó tal grado, te tocó tal nivel, híjole, no sabes. Vas a tener a Abel. Y yo así de, Abel es pum, 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 pues desordenado, es ruidoso, no te presta atención, se enoja, se berrinches. Estamos hablando en prepa, ¿eh? Y yo dije, bueno, ¿y por qué no lo corren? No, porque es hijo de fulano de tal, y pues la lana y bla, 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 y pues se cree que tienen todo el poder. Okay, so I went into my class, and guess what? Efectivamente, Abel era todo eso el peor. So anyways, he was giving me a hard time. Days went by, we got into a fight. I don't remember what. And then in recess, en esas escuelas, generalmente en los recesos te mandan a guardias. Vete a cuidar la cafetería, vete a cuidar anyways. So I was assigned to take care of the football field, okay? So I was standing there under the sun, and then I noticed Abel under a tree, listening and writing. Yo me quedé así como que, dude, it's recess. Go and knock people, go and bully people, go and run. So I approach Abel and say, hey, ¿por qué estás aquí? ¿Por qué? Pues que no puedo. Leo, no, pregunto. ¿Por qué no estás jugando? ¿Por qué no? No, me aburro. Mejor me pongo a escuchar mi iPod. ¿Se acuerdan de los iPod? Que por cierto estaban prohibidos en la escuela. No me lo vas a quitar, ¿verdad? Leo, no, úsalo. So then, on the next day or the following day, I remember, in the class, se me ocurrió algo. Dije, ok, vamos a hacer esto, pair word, bla, bla, bla. No pair word, it was a word book. No es cierto, era TOEFL day. So we had to do some exercise anyways. So I said, Abel, you have your iPod? No, teacher, no te hagas, lo tienes. No te lo voy a quitar, lo tienes, sácalo, ponte a escuchar música. No sabes la cara de Abel, ¿de verdad, profesor? Pues sí, digo, total, no me vas a pelar, pues ponte a escuchar música. Problem solved. During the year, Abel was the best student ever. The best, he went from 6 to 7.5, o tampoco era tan inteligente, ¿no? Pero bueno, 7.58. Problem solved. And after 12 years, he's still my friend in Facebook. You can Google it or Facebook him. And my Facebook is Abel Negrete. Sigue siendo un despapalle, but at least in my class, problem solved. Obviously, some of the other students told me off with the coordinator. Casi me corren porque sacó el iPod. Yo les expliqué las razones. Anyways, that's a whole different story. But see, it works when you know your students' needs and strengths. Okay? Preferences about musical. Isaac.
Sing, play an instrument, listen of music, hum.
You understand hum? It's very annoying. You have the students, the guys doing the workbook, you start, shut up, but they do. It's part of their nature. Learns best through, Gaby.
Thanks, teacher. Rhyming, singing, melody, listening to music and melodies.
Thank you. Elizabeth needs.
Sing along, time, trips to concerts, music playing at home and school, musical instruments, etc.
Very good. Excellent. Interpersonal, my personal favorite. Karen, strengths.
Leading, organizing, understanding people, communicating, resolving conflicts, selling.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. These people are leaders. We are leaders because we like to be followed. So you have 2, 3 in the classroom. I'm sorry about you. Primero que nada. But those will be your leaders. Okay. Preferences, Kendra.
Yes. Talk to people, have friends, and join groups.
Very good. Elizabeth, learns best through.
Comparing, relating, sharing, interviewing, cooperating.
Very good. Laura, needs.
Friends, groups, games, social gathering, community events, clubs, mentors, apprenticeship, etc.
Very good. So if you have a interpersonal student that happens to be very active per se, so assign him to be a tutor. A ver, Juanito Perez, you're going to be my assistant today. Help Juanita Perez. And they loved it. They're like, ¿de verdad? Sí, órale. Intrapersonal, Elizabeth. Musical. I mean, strengths and intrapersonal.
Okay. Recognizing strengths and weaknesses, setting goals, understanding self.
Normally, they are very mature for their age. They're serious, they're shy, but they actually like it to be like that. You can tell. No falta el estudiante, Miss, ¿puedo hacerlo solo yo? That's because he's an interpersonal person. Preferences, Isaac.
Talk to people, have friends, join groups.
Intrapersonal. Work alone.
Oh, interpersonal. Work alone, reflect, pursue, interest.
Very good. Pursue interest. Very good. Laura, learns best through.
Working alone, having space, reflecting, doing self-paced projects.
Very good. They don't like to be disturbed. You just give them, okay, you have this homework due for August 30. So they know they have to turn in August 30. They don't like to be pushed. Needs. Elizabeth.
Secret places, time alone, self-is projects, choices, etc.
They like to have their secret places, no? For themselves, not for everyone else. Okay, up to here are the seven type of intelligences that Howard Gardner's presented. The next one was added like 20 years after that, and it's called naturalistic. Different time, different names. Naturalistic, ¿cómo le llamaban? Índigos, les llamaban un tiempo. Índigos, no, sí, no eran índigos, ¿verdad? Ahora les llaman cristalitos, ¿no? Por eso es discriminatorio. But yes, they are, not kidding. So, strengths. Can you read this, Azucena?
Sorry, my dog is getting crazy. Okay. Naturalistic, understanding nature, making distinctions, identifying flora and fauna.
They are, thank you, they are, how do you call it? I need to find a word that is not discriminatory. They are different. And they, for example, you can tell, right? Ay, es que estoy muy triste porque está lloviendo. Estoy bien contento porque salió el sol. And I was like, well, every day, you know. But they do. They have this connection. I don't know. It's kind of weird to understand it. Okay, preferences, Elizabeth.
Be involved with nature, make distinctions.
Very good. Learns best through, Laura.
Working in nature, exploring living things, learning about plants and natural events.
And the needs, Karen.
Order, saying different connections to real life and science issues, patterns.
Very good. They love to do ordering, categorizing and stuff. Okay, now let's see how we can apply this into our classroom. But first, let's take a pity break. We went too long, and let's take a recess. All right. So it's okay. So at 12:05, we meet back at 12:05. Okay, so that's 15 minutes. Okay, so I'll see you here at 12:05. Yes. Cool. Really, guys?
Come up. Hello.
Okay, so let's do a summary of the multiple intelligences, no? Verbal, linguistic, read it, Susana.
Yeah, sure. Verbal linguistic. It refers to an individual's ability to understand and manipulate words and languages.
Good. Logical, mathematical, Isaac.
Okay. If it refers to an individual's ability to do things with data, collect and organize, analyze, and interpret, conclude, and predict.
Very good. Visual spatial, Elizabeth.
Refers to the ability to form and manipulate a mental model. They depend on a visual thinking and are very imaginative.
Imaginative, very good. Gabby, body kinesthetic. Lady.
Thanks, teacher. Refers to people who process information through sensation they feel in their bodies.
It sounds like a... No, it's not like that. It has to do with learning. Naturalistic, Laura.
It seems it is seen in someone who recognizes and classifies plants, animals, and minerals.
Good. Musical. Kendra.
Refers to the ability to understand, create, and interpret music pitches, rhythm, and tones, and the capability to understand music.
Very good. Interpersonal, Karen.
Its ability to interpret and respond to the moods, emotions, motivations, and actions of others. Requires good communication and interaction skills.
Excellent. Intrapersonal, Elizabeth.
It's the ability to know oneself, an individual who is able to understand her own emotions, motivations, and be aware of her own strengths and weaknesses.
Look what it says, the ability to understand oneself. That's pretty amazing. Hold on a second. Let me see, my dog is doing a mess. Hold on. Yeah, a ver, no. Sorry. Hicieron equipo y se subieron a la mesa las hijas de su mal dormir. Okay. So, okay. Now let's do it in the classroom. Okay. In the classroom, now that we have, listen to me, now that we have identified our own intelligences, our own strengths and our own weaknesses, and now that we know how to identify our students' weaknesses or strengths, now let's talk about the activities that we as a teacher can do according to our intelligences and the activities that students can do according to their intelligences. So far so good? Was it clear? Okay, we're going to call it teacher-centered approach. I repeat, teacher-centered approach to the activities that are according to our own intelligences. Self-centered approach, student-centered approach, excuse me, is activities based on students' intelligences. Okay? Now, if you understand? Okay, cool.
Can you
Rosena?
repeat, please? No.
Yes, Elizabeth?
Can you repeat, please?
Okay, the whole thing?
No, sorry, it's because you said there are two approaches.
Yes. This teacher-centered approach, teacher-centered are the activities that are based on our intelligences. For example, I am musical per se, so no, I'm not musical. I'm linguistic, so I will do lots of presentations. Okay. Student-centered are the activities that are based on the students' intelligences. Okay, now.
I get it, thank you.
Okay, cool. Elizabeth, you said something? No, okay, cool. So, teacher-centered lessons. Let's read it to understand better. Kendra.
Yes, the instructor incorporates materials, research, and activities into the lesson that teach to the different intelligence.
Very good. Continue reading, Elizabeth.
Teachers may lecture students how informational videos and posters, perform drills, and post problem-solving exercises.
Parenthesis. These activities are performed by the teacher. Okay? These teacher-centered are the activities that the teacher does. Continue reading, Azucena.
Yes, teacher-centered lessons should be limited to a few activities. Sorry. For example, teacher starts with an instructional unit or lesson with teacher-centered activities and then follow up with the student-centered lessons.
Thank you very much. This has to do with the TTT. Remember? TTT? Sounds pretty gay, but it's like that. TTT.
How can I forget that?
Yeah, I know. Teachers talking time. TTT. Teachers talking time. So
how long does it, I'm sorry, how long does it take a teacher to actually work with this? Because to be honest with you, I think it's kind of difficult to apply it, especially when you're barely starting.
Okay, your question is very valid, and there is a reason behind. All of the teachers, all of us, two things. Number one, we want to have the control, right? That is human nature. Number two, because we want the control, we want to keep talking. Okay? Therefore, when we take our chip out, the control chip, and we leave the control, our TTT goes minimal. I'll give an example. I watch your class, Laura, the one that you sent me about the airport. Was very good, except that wasn't really a class. It was more like a lecture. Understand lecture? See? A discourse, per se. Like, for example, when this class, this teacher's class is not an English class. It's a lecturing. It's a discourse. I'm giving you a lecture. in an actual class, you need to change and remember that who does the most talking, you or the students? Laura?
The students?
Very good. Karen?
Yeah, I was going to say the same, the students.
Exactly. In fact, teachers, let me tell you this. In an English class, you're not teachers. It's called facilitator. You become a facilitator. What is a facilitator, Elizabeth?
I don't know.
Okay. A facilitator is a guide. Alguien que te guía, que te facilita las cosas. So far, so good? So you introduce the class, and then you start doing activities. You give the instruction of the activity, ¿y qué haces? Te callas. So you would listen to the students talk. ¿Ve, Laura? Piénsalo de esta manera. Do your students, Laura, practice English at home?
They practice English at work.
Okay, 100%? No. Like all the time? No. Let me put it this way, Laura. Do they practice because they want to practice? No. Unless son nerdos como Karen, que bueno, ya sabes, típica niña Karen así de, yo me imagino que Karen era así de, maestro, ¿me das más tarea para practicar el fin de semana? ¿Sí o no? ¿Ya ves? Okay. So, unless they are like that.
That's too much. No, that's...
¿Cómo? Can you repeat?
No, I said that that's too much. I don't do it. I didn't do it. I never do it. I never did it.
Okay.
But maybe I did my own exercises, extra exercises.
That's my point. Okay, so imagine a student of yours going to English classes and not practicing. Will that student learn English? Laura?
Maybe.
Do you think so? Do you think if a student goes into a class and never practice English, would he in the classroom, would he learn English? Maybe yes, but in a correct time?
In a correct time, yes.
Or on a long time?
It really depends, I guess.
Okay, can you elaborate?
I guess that if they're really interested.
Well, yeah, of course. If they're really interested, if they have no other job and practice at home, yes. Let me put it this way, Laura. A normal student will learn English just by attending a class and not participating.
All right.
The answer is no. The answer is no. They need to practice. So your TTT should be minimal. Okay, good. Let's move on. Isaac, so far so good? Yes, okay. Karen?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I understand it. Coming back to the class, the last, what you were saying is in the time that we have to talk, that we have to make the teacher-centered lesson, we have to use the methods that are connected to our intelligence. Can you go back to the last?
Yes, let me see. See, the thing is that I don't know how to. Let me see if it's possible. Here?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Activities. Okay. When we are having this part of teacher-centered lessons, the time that we lecture, we have to use the activities and resources according to our own intelligences. And when we are not doing it, when we are student-centered lessons, we are using now the resources and activities to their different kind of intelligences. This is what this means.
Yes, exactly. That's what exactly means.
Okay, I was trying to understand if I was correct. Thank you a lot.
No worries. Your perfectionist mind is talking. Okay.
Thanks for your patience.
No worries. The student center. Okay, student center is one of the most important aspects of student center lesson. It allowing students to make choices. Continue reading, Elizabeth.
Teachers should encourage students to exercise their weaker intelligences, but allowing them to explore their stronger areas as well.
Very good. We're going to see how. And just benefits from multiple intelligences. Point number one, Kendra.
Yes. As a teacher and a student, you realize that there are many ways to be smart.
So this means, and I'm sorry, Azucena, and I'm sorry, teachers, as much as you can tell a student you're stupid, it doesn't apply. There is no stupidity or there's no smartness. It's just different. That's what it means. Okay, you know, I kind of disagree a little bit because I met some students that, oh my God, they're like really stupid. But hey, according to the theory, no stupidity, no smartness. Everyone is the same. I mean, same intelligence, different type though. Number two, Isaac.
All forms of intelligence are equally celebrated.
Very good, Isaac. Now, this is very important, teachers. It's one of the basic points of multiple intelligence in the classroom, but it's one of the hardest. It's one of the hardest because you will always have a favorite one. Or, you know, one or two favorite one student. And you know why is he or her your favorite? Can you have an idea? Zena?
Yes. Let me see if I got your question. Like, why your favorite student is your favorite student?
Yes.
Because you as a teacher are very alike with him or with her. We are very similar. We have the same kind of intelligence and
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So you're not kinesthetic. You like to be seated and quietly. So your favorite ones will be the ones that are seated and quietly doing their job. and you will hate the ones that are kinesthetic because they're having gusanos and they're always moving around and so that's why it's hard to celebrate equally all intelligences. You need to understand that all of your students are the same. Okay, let me repeat it. All of your students are the same to you. All you love them all, or you kill them all. You hate them all. No, you love them all, or the same. Okay, next one, Gabi.
Thanks, teacher. As Simpson regrets, self-worth may be seen as students build on their strengths and work towards becoming an expert in certain areas.
Very good. Así de, oye, Kendra, súper bien en tu examen de gramática. Vas a ser un excelente teacher. How would you feel, Kendra, if I say that to you?
I feel great.
Very good. Así de, teacher, you're so... Yes, I want to be the best teacher. So try to do that. Celebrate that with your students, even though you don't like their intelligence. Así de, ay, Juanito Pérez, traes gusanos en bueno, vas a ser buen atleta. Okay. The last one, Laura.
Students may develop a strong problem solving skills that they can use in real life situations.
Very good. Those are the benefits of you as a teacher teaching according to multiple intelligences. Okay, so now let's go to the practical way. Yes, we have time. Verbal linguistic, what can you do? What are some of the teacher activities, teacher-centered activities, and what are some of the students-centered activities? Verbal linguistic, teacher-centered, Elizabeth.
Present content verbally, ask questions aloud, and look for students' feedback. Interviews.
These are the easiest. ¿Por qué? You just talk, exactly, Karen. You just talk and talk. Yes,
easy for us.
Sorry, Elizabeth?
This is easy for us, right, Karen?
Exactly. Easy for you. This is the traditional way of teaching. This is the Kool-Aid teachers, así de, a ver, voy a dar mi clase. Ustedes saben si aprenden y ustedes saben si toman notas. Hemos tenido maestros, sí o no, así. Back in prepa o back in university. Así yo acabo de terminar mi tercera carrera, que es leyes. Después les platico por qué. Y así típico, ya sabes, el abogado acá, todo bien de experiencia, pues casi les hago un favor. Voy a dar mi clase y ustedes saben si aprenden. Dude, don't do that. For real, that's not teaching. You may start with a little bit of lecturing. You may start with a little bit of interviewing, and then you move to the student center. Let's talk about student center, Kendra.
Yes. Students present material. Students read content and prepare or a presentation for his or her classmate. Students debate over an issue.
So see the difference? In teacher center, the teachers do the action. Teacher presents, teacher asks questions, teacher interviews, etc. The student center is the other way around. The students present, the students read, the students debate, etc. Gabi, yes.
Teacher, in this point, they don't have a teacher.
It's a facilitator. Thank you, Gabi. It's a facilitator. You just give an instruction and let the students do the action. Logical, mathematical, teacher center, Azucena.
Yes. Wait, let me make it bigger. Logical teacher center. Provide brain teasers or challenging questions to begin lessons. Make logical connections between the subject matter and authentic situations to answer the question why.
Very good. Parentheses, and you may say, for example, make logical connections and ask questions. You may ask, pues esto también envuelve a los alumnos, ¿verdad? ¿No es student center? No. Who conducts the activity?
The teacher.
Who supervises the activity?
The teacher.
Okay, so therefore, it's a teacher-centered activity. See the difference? Okay, next one. Or excuse me. Student center. Isaac.
Provide brain.
No, student center. Student center. Next one. I mean, students categorize.
Student categorize information in logical sequence for organization. Students create graphs or chats to explain with writing info. Students particles in web quest associate with the content.
Very good. Participate. Students participate in web quest. What do I mean? Okay, guys, logical mathematical. Let's talk about, for homework, research about the origin of English in chronological order.
The what? I'm sorry?
No, I'm just giving an example, Laura. I just give an example. The teacher asks the students for homework, investigate the origin of English in a chronological order. So the students perform the activity, they do it in a chronological order, and therefore is the student center, okay? Body kinesthetic, Laura, teacher center.
Bodily kinestics.
Yes.
Okay, use props during the lecture, provide tangible items pertaining to content for students to examine, review using sports-related examples, throw a ball to someone to answer a question.
Very good. Student center, Elizabeth?
The students use computers to research subject matter. Students create props of their own explaining subject matter, shadow boxes, mobiles, etc. Students create review games.
Okay. See again, no? Students perform, students do, students create. Very good. Visual spatial, teacher center, Kendra.
When presenting the information, use visuals to explain content. For example, PowerPoint, slides, charts, graphs, cartoons, videos, overheads, smart boards.
Very good. Now, student center, Susana.
Yes. Have students work, wait, let me make it bigger. Have students work individually or in groups to create visuals pertaining to the information. Posters, timelines, models, PowerPoint slides, maps, illustrations, charts, and concept mapping.
Very good. Excellent. All right. And finally, the other four, musical teacher center, Isaac. Your audio, Isaac.
I'm sorry. Play music in the classroom during reflection periods, show examples or create musical rhythms for students to remember things.
¿Se acuerdan en el kinder? Las sílabas. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? That is musical. The Student Center, Kendra.
Sorry. Who?
Kendra? Student,
Yes.
Student Center?
The first?
Yes, the first one. Deja de ver porno, Kendra. Estamos en el Student Center Musical.
Create a song or melody with the content embedded for memory.
Yes.
Use well-known songs to memorize formulas, skills, or test content.
Very good. Thank you, Kendra. I'm just joking. Interpersonal, teacher center, Elizabeth.
Be aware of body language and facial expressions. Offer assistance whenever needed. Encourage classroom discussion.
Discussion, very good. Azucena, student center.
Encourage collaboration among peers. Group work strengthens interpersonal connections. Peer feedback and peer tutoring. Students present to the class, encourage group editing.
Very good, excellent. Intrapersonal, Gabi, teacher center.
Thanks, teacher. Encourage journaling as a positive outlet for expression. Introduce web logging, blogs. Make individual question welcome. Create a positive environment.
Very good. Teacher center, student center, intrapersonal, Isaac.
Encourage journaling has a positive outlet of expression.
Oh, student center, the next one.
Journaling, individual research on content. Students create personal portfolios of work.
Very good. Naturalistic, finally, Elizabeth, teacher center.
Take students outside to enjoy nature while in learning process. Lecture. Compare authentic subject matter to natural occurrences. Relate subject matter to stages that occur in nature, plants, weather, etc.
Very good. And student center, Kendra.
Yes. Students organize throughout using natural cycles. Students make relationships among content and the natural environment. How has nature had an impact? Students perform community service.
Very good. All right. So these are the different types of activities that we can do. We're going to continue next week, but I'll give you a homework, okay? Homework that I need you to practice the multiple intelligences. Now, let me check. Let me check now.
Teacher.
Yes.
Can we use the two ones? I mean, the two ones are good, are right, but we have to identify when we can use one.
You mean teacher center and student center? Both are right, but what is the difference? Which one we're going to use more than the other one?
Teachers center.
Teacher center is the minimal that you're going to use. You're going to use, let me put it this way. Out of the 100% of your class, only 20% is you. Entonces, si if your lesson plan is 1 hour, 60 minutes, how many minutes you're going to talk?
How many times?
12, you know, during the class. So basically it's introduction, Instructions, 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 conclusions. The rest, pair work, presentations, debates, role play. Who does the talking, Elizabeth?
The teacher? Oh no, the student.
The students, excellent. Okay, very good. See?
Okay.
And now let me take the ¿sí aquí? It's aquí. Yes. All right, let me see, exercise 3, yes. In the file of the exercises, en exercise 3, ¿lo vieron? Exercise 3. You are going to do the following. Dice, primera instrucción. Assign the following grammar forms in groups of 2 or 3. Esto lo vamos a hacer individual. Van a escoger uno de estos. Simple present, present continuous, simple past, bla, bla, bla. ¿No? Ejemplo, vamos a hacer un ejemplo. Laura, ¿cuál le escoges? Simple present, can, should, have to.
Simple past.
Simple past. Okay, something like this. I ate eggs in the morning. Yes? Okay. Así lo escogiste tú. Luego, número 2. Have students make a list of drills. ¿Qué dijimos que eran drills?
Activities.
Activities, very good. Activities and resources that they will use on each type of intelligence, the topic you've chosen. ¿Qué significa esto? Le van a preguntar a 2 o 3 alumnos o sus alumnos, a todos los alumnos que tengan. Si no tienen alumnos, porque algunos son nuevos, le van a preguntar a sus amigos y familiares, oye, tengo esa tarea, simple past, ¿sale? ¿Qué actividad te gustaría usar para practicar simple past? Y entonces van a decir, pues, write sentences, va a ser una, ¿no? Y otro te va a decir, watch a video. Y otro te va a decir, listen to a conversation, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. ¿Sí está bien? Y entonces, ustedes van a decidir qué tipo de inteligencia se refiere en cada uno de las actividades. Ejemplo, si tu alumno o familiar dijo, write sentences, what type of intelligence is he? Or at least, what type of intelligence is the activity? Musical? All right.
Logical.
Logical, very good. Visual también. Visual, logical, etc. What about watch a video? What type of intelligence?
Visual.
Visual, right?
Musical.
Musical, maybe, because they need to listen. Very good. Sí, pueden ser 2 o 3, ¿eh? 2 o 3 intelligences. Listen to a conversation. What type of intelligence?
Verbal.
Interpersonal.
Interpersonal, obviously musical, linguistic, and so forth. Understand the homework? See, Laura?
I'm sorry?
Do you understand the homework?
Kind of.
Okay, which one you don't understand?
I mean, what we're going to do is that we're going to ask some of our students about it, and then based on that, we will identify what kind of learner they are.
What kind of intelligence they have?
What kind of intelligence they have. Okay.
Exactly. Very good. All right. Perfect. You have this in your WhatsApp. All right, let's take a selfie for today. Now let me see how I can do it in a Mac. ¿Alguien sabe de Mac?
Yes, command sheets and number 3.
Okay, thank you. All right, on the 3. 1, excuse me. 2. All right, it worked. Perfect. Okay, I'll send you in a moment, all right? Thank you very much. Have a nice
Thank
weekend.
you.
Thank you, teacher. You too.
Thank you.
Rest, party a lot, drink a lot, have sex, everything included. Now you can, no, you can't. And then during the week, we'll keep in touch during the WhatsApp, okay? I'll send you the recorded class and the subject. If you have questions you have questions with your homework, let me know.
Okay, for sure.
Yes, thank you.
Take care, all of you. Bye.
Thank you. Me too.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.